Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchak here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. The FBI has been called in to investigate a series of threats against both Jewish and Latino students at California State University. Flyers have been reportedly posted all over the walls of the university's multicultural center, showing Adolf Hitler standing alongside a slogan from the Auschwitz Nazi camp, "Finish what he started." The Latino La Raza Student Association has also been threatened via the internet, with messages vowing to shoot the officers of the group. The California State University has now gotten the FBI involved in investigating the incidents, claiming that while hate speech is protected under the First Amendment, direct and credible threats of violence are not tolerated. Germany's latest election has kicked up a storm across the country after the hard-right party AfD won 13% of the vote, making it the country's third biggest political force. Now hundreds of demonstrators have taken to the streets of Berlin, Hamburg, and Frankfurt to protest the outcome. Even though Chancellor Angela Merkel clinched the victory and will be serving for a fourth term, her win has been clouded by the rise of the anti-immigrant AfD. This election marks the best showing for the nationalist force since World War II. Called the Alternative for Germany, the AfD party has capitalized on a nationalist backlash against Germany's decision to welcome almost 900,000 migrants and refugees in 2015, and claims that their main goal is to fight the Islamization of the West. AfD has also adopted some tactics of the Nazi era, like referring to the media as the lying press. Well, despite their success so far, the party has caused an uproar throughout Germany, with protesters chanting slogans like "Nazis out" and "Racism is not an alternative." Jewish groups are expressing their alarm with the election's results and the future of democracy in the state of Germany. It's been just a week since the Israeli Prime Minister met with U.S. President Donald Trump, but it looks like Trump's special peace envoy is headed back to the Middle East. According to the White House, Jason Greenblatt has a series of follow-up meetings set up in Israel to continue the peace track. The visit comes just ahead of a private trip Greenblatt will be taking with his family for the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. Even though the Israeli and American leaders met last week, the White House said early on that the UN confab would not serve as a forum for Israeli-Palestinian diplomacy. Trump seems to think that there is a, quote, very, very good chance that a deal will be made, but that the UN should not be focused on involving itself in those conversations. Experts in Argentina have just confirmed that the prosecutor Alberto Nisman was assassinated by two people just a day before he was set to testify about the bombing of the AMIA Jewish Center in Buenos Aires. Nisman's body was found on January 18th of 2015, only a few hours before he was going to present evidence that the then Argentine President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner had covered up Iran's role in the 1994 attack on the Jewish Center, which left 85 dead and hundreds wounded. Now, local investigators have handed over a report to the courts, revealing that Nisman had been beaten on his body as another person tried to subdue him, and drugged with anesthetic ketamine. Nisman was found dead with a bullet from a .22 caliber that had been found in his apartment, leading police to claim that he had committed suicide. But suspect IT specialist Diego Lagomarsino is now saying that he went to Nisman's apartment to give him that very pistol, so that he could actually protect himself from the impending attack. Lagomarsino is apparently under hidden surveillance right now out of concern that he might flee justice. Argentina has previously accused the Iranian-backed Hezbollah terror organization of carrying out the attack against the AMIA Jewish Center. The late Nisman was responsible for establishing how and when Iran commissioned the deadly bombing, along with another attack back in 1992 that left 29 dead in front of the Israeli embassy in Buenos Aires. Israel's favorite NBA star Omri Casspi is taking an unlikely political stance against U.S. President Donald Trump, as more and more national sports teams are banding together against the divisive leader. Trump has come under fire for his decision to disinvite Caspi's Golden State Warrior teammate Stephen Curry to a White House reception to celebrate the team's NBA title. Curry hesitated to accept the invitation to the White House due to what he's calling the White House's racist politics and rhetoric. Well, Trump was not happy about that and decided to rescind Curry's invitation before he could get rejected himself. Casspi is accusing Trump of stoking racism and anti-Semitism in the United States and says that he should be focusing on bringing people together instead. The Stephen Curry incident has now sparked a much larger feud between Trump and professional athletics in the United States.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchak, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.